look around, especially in the gay community, I mean, these boys are all changing drastically. I mean, you see them one year and then the next year it's a different person. It's become pretty commonplace in gay society right now, steroid use. And people are looking at it as a quick fix. It's an easy way to get the body they've wanted.
Perhaps we're hearing more about gay men who are struggling with these problems. I think because heterosexual men feel this real stigma about talking about such problems.
Over the course of the last 10 years, we've been studying men who've used anabolic steroids. We've been looking at men with eating disorders. We've been looking at men with body dysmorphic disorder who became concerned about their hairline or their nose and so on. And we were astonished at what a large secret epidemic of body image concern we were seeing among today's men. And we finally felt that we really had to write a book about it to bring this to public attention.
Get this body, this ideal body that is sort of propagated in the media and magazines and things like that in a relatively short period of time, and for most people not experience any nasty or negative side effects. You gain a lot of kudos in a sense to have that body because you're seen as being very disciplined, very hardworking, and it's sort of a reflection on who people feel they are as a person.
I talked to some clients that I've just recently taken on who would spend 3 hours a day in the gym. And, I mean, realistically, you don't need to spend 3 hours a day in the gym. I mean, they're all striving to get this perfect body that is, for some people, is unattainable.
A lot of them actually cited the AIDS virus as being one of the primary motivations to not want to be thin or not want to be skinny. But the idea was to be as far away from that image as possible so that you don't appear to be sick and that you look sexually active or sexually vital in a lot of ways.
In the mirror, you saw this complete different person. It wasn't you, it was actually something created. And you sort of started to achieve that sense of superiority, that sense of, wow, I'm actually, you know, getting to feel better and look better about myself. It was a good high.
You know, it's like the anorexic looking in and thinking they're fat, right? Meanwhile, they're bone thin. The steroid user looks in the mirror and sees a thin, small person, probably something that they were before, and they just have this false image of themselves, and they just want to get bigger and bigger.
If I had to say in a single word the most impressive feature of the Adonis complex and the men that we have studied, it is their secrecy. The vast majority of the men we studied had never revealed their body image concerns to anybody. What these guys have is a sort of obsessive-compulsive disorder. They develop obsessions about their appearance, thoughts that they can't get out of their head, and then compulsions to do something about it. Compulsive weightlifting, compulsive dieting, compulsive grooming, getting cosmetic procedures, and so on. So that we don't feel that these guys with the Adonis complex should be blamed for being too self-centered. It is much more something where they can't help it.
How to avoid that? I'm not sure. I mean, it has to be with the individual on what they're willing to put their body through. You know, are they willing to jeopardize their health in order to have a perfect body for a short while? Because it doesn't work long term.
I really stopped steroids for fear of developing long-term problems, such as prostate cancer or hardening of the arteries, which would lead to heart attacks. In reality, if I could stay on steroids, I would have done so, because it just gave you a better feeling about your whole self, a better feeling about your body in general. I have found that most people that are working out now in the gyms are trying to strive for that leaner, meaner body type, not the big, bulky, you know, He-Man type of a body.
But there are steroids to help you with that too.
There certainly are steroids. There is a steroid pretty much for every day of the week if you wanted one. One to make you bigger, one to make you leaner. So they're, again, used in combination, you can achieve pretty much any look that you want to obtain?
We probably predict that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Men themselves have to realize that there's a problem, as well as the professional field to understand that they come in all different ethnic backgrounds, sexual orientations, and age groups.
We think that the real way to solve the Adonis complex is first to get to the point where guys who have these problems can talk about them, can overcome this talking and feeling taboo, and be able to express their concerns, much as women have learned to express their concerns about body image over the last few decades.
Just talking, getting them to understand that everybody's different, every body type is different. I mean, if you're the type to carry a lot more body fat and not able to build a lot of muscle, it's going to be difficult for you to look like that person who's lean. And just getting them to understand how to work within their body and basically just talking one-on-one with them.